I'm a ninja. Hey everybody, it's Kevin from Twin Talk, and today we're going to be talking all about TMNT, Mutant Mayhem. Stick around to the end of the episode to see how a drawing of Michelangelo came out, and if you like what you see, subscribe to the channel for more videos. TMNT Mutant Mayhem is a byproduct of a few writers, but worth mentioning is Seth Rogen had a hand in writing this script, along with Jeff Rowe, the director, who I think delivered an incredible final product. I can't say enough good things about this movie. I adore this movie. Between the gorgeous animation style, very similar to the vein of Into the Spider-Verse, there's no denying it, but I don't think it's copying it at all by any means. I think that if anything, it leans into it well enough because Spider-Man and the Turtles are very similar characters in general. And it's cool to see this generation of Turtles for today's younger audience with all the elements that we know the Turtles are, between the pizza, the badassery with the ninja skills, the family dynamic, the brotherhood between Splinter, and just this like over-the-top 80s, 90s comic book flair. The soundtrack is dynamite. Thing got me hyped every second. A lot of great songs between Annie Up, No Diggity, What's Going On, all lent into the scenes of the movie that really enhanced the viewing experience. This is a movie that's definitely fun for all ages, whether you like the old practical suit Turtles, whether you like the cartoons from the 90s, or even the animated movie from 2007, or even the Michael Bay movies. This has enough to like about it that it's a great addition to the TMNT lore. And it goes into pretty fresh, unique territory with the Turtles, with Ice Cube, who absolutely eats in this role as Superfly. Very cool villain, very cool like gang of misfits with the mutants, kind of making their connection with the Turtles of what a negative reflection of what they could be, you know, giving up on society and trying to get revenge just to be accepted, which was a great theme weaved throughout this film with pretty much every character, with the Turtles, April O'Neil, the mutants. Even Master Splinter learns to accept the Turtles, so that he can't confine them anymore to the sewers, that they're ready for the streets, they're ready to become boys to men type deal. But Ice Cube, man, he was excellent. He was definitely a standout in this film. Every line he had, he delivered. He was like, I'm a gangster. Nah, you little tortoises. I touched that chin. I mollywopped him. By the end of the film, he becomes a kaiju. He's basically Godzilla. But a few standout mutants, man. Freaking Paul Rudd steals the show, in my opinion, as this gecko character who's like tripping out the entire movie. He looks hilarious. He looks spaced out. Every line with the interaction, the Turtles like, I like your vibe, bro. And it was just a lot of fun. Gratefully was excellent. All the dude wanted to do was sing. He didn't want to like commit mass genocide with Superfly. And that was the whole theme of acceptance. It worked perfectly with the Turtles. They're teenagers. Of course they want to be accepted. Of course they want to leave the nest, so to speak. So that was just like right there, a perfect plot. And this whole evil organization, TCRI, is really the main villain that we could see being set up for a sequel movie of wanting to use the mutants and kind of make them lab rats and milk them, which was a ridiculous joke that was said so many times that it almost didn't become funny, but it made sense when they finally saw the milking machine. When Jackie Chan as Master Splinter, which by the way is iconic casting. I couldn't think of a better person to play Master Splinter. It's perfect. Jackie Chan's aged now. He's known for his martial arts skills, so I love that casting choice. I'm glad to see that Master Splinter got his moment of badassery when he's able to use his ninjutsu skills, and they actually leaned into why they even have that because of this theme of acceptance. Everything worked so well because they learned martial arts so they could defend themselves against mankind that views them as monsters. The product placement was great. I'm a sucker for that when it's done well. The big New Yorker, I think, was Pizza Hut's product placement for this movie, the collaboration, which is a great collaboration with the Turtles since they pizza-loving mutants. It's in the film multiple times. I think even Doritos probably had a hand in it because they mentioned that twice in the script.
He was very specific about the party size. He underlined it twice.
April O'Neil, I think, was probably the most like jarring take. You know, it was like with new approach. They completely like remade the character, I feel, into this like nerdy outcast as well. You know, she's known as Puke Girl, which was absolutely absurd how much vomit was coming out of her, but it made for a lot of fun. She had a really good dynamic with the Turtles, so that's always really what April and the Turtles are at their course. My favorite scene is going to have to be the end climax because just the lighting, the animation style, the colors, how it was directed, it was all just so visceral. I literally felt like I was with the Turtles trying to get that cure to Super Duper Fly, the giant Godzilla version of Superfly. Just the choreography, all of it in Times Square. I felt like I was there, so I really, really loved that. But runner-up's got to be the Come Up. I love an underdog story, and I loved seeing the No Diggity sequence where the Turtles are on the come up. They're in the streets. They're hitting the streets. They're hitting all these low-level criminals trying to get to Superfly. When push comes to shove, they really are badasses. But then they have that flavor where you could see they're just immature teenagers where they're like, I'm a gangster. You're bacon, egg, and cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese. That got me rolling. But that was another sequence that was so well directed between all the different segues with all the different mob bosses. It was excellent, masterfully done. There's very little bad to say about this movie. I really enjoyed it so much. It was so entertaining, so much fun for all ages. I'd say maybe a few of the jokes kind of beat a dead horse a bit. You know, it was reused, recycled jokes here and there. But other than that, I had a lot of laughs. I had a lot of fun. The story was pretty competent, especially coming from Seth Rogen. That's the most like bizarre, but makes most sense. Like, and even I think they advertise it as from permanent teenager Seth Rogen. So yeah, if you're gonna have fun with the Turtles, they're teenagers. So why not have an adult who is basically never grown up in life? So he did a really good job, I have to say. I even think he voiced one of them, Bebop or Rocksteady, which I was hoping to see them as the villains, which maybe they can do it, time will tell, but they kind of seem on the side of the Turtles now. Maybe they'll have a story aspect where they turn on them, but I'm so happy to see Shredder. You have to have Shredder. Those are really key elements of the story of the Turtles that you have to incorporate, so I'm glad to see them setting him up. But it was nice to see new territory with Superfly. I really liked that. Overall, this is a great addition to the TMNT franchise. I'm going to give this thing, I think, a 9.5. I was going to give it a 9, but I really like it so much. The rewatchability for me is right there. I'll throw this thing on to be inspired by the animation styles. I love seeing this animation getting the respect, the recognition that it deserves. This very like scratchy, sketchy, impressionistic drawing style is something I absolutely gush over. Oh, and I gotta say, the voice actors, these are actually young, talented actors with the voices, and it really lent to that fact that they are just this young group of turtles. I think the vocal cast was really, really well done, and all of their personalities fit perfectly. What did you guys think about TMNT Mutant Mayhem? Let us know in the comments below. Anyways, that about wraps up today's episode of Twin Talk. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below to join the discussion, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content. We'll see you next time. Peace!